Hi there, my name is Liz and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, just welcome. I post home decor content every Sunday and Wednesday, from shop with me videos to affordable decor and DIY. So make sure you are subscribed to my channel by hitting that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss future videos. Now, I am super excited about today's video because it is the first real DIY project that we're doing here. I am going to show you how to make a DIY aged vessel or vase, or at least I'm going to show you how I did it. I'm really excited because I feel like I've been seeing this project everywhere over the past few months, almost like even the past year. So I have finally just decided to try it out, do the project. So I am bringing you guys along the process with me, and I'm excited to show you the process and the final results. And if you enjoy watching this video and find it helpful at all, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, or subscribe to my channel. All of those things would be so immensely helpful, but regardless, I am just so appreciative that you are here watching this video. So with that, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so first up is to remove the cat from your workspace. So I grabbed this old cheap glass vase that came with a flower bouquet years ago, and I was never a huge fan of this vase, so I really didn't mind volunteering it for this project. So I started by using spackle and applying it all over the vase. This ends up giving the vase that natural looking texture, which is so crucial to the aged appearance that we're going for. I grabbed some plastic gloves from Lowe's for this part just to make the process a little easier and less messy. I would definitely recommend using gloves for this. So the spackle goes on pink and dries white, which is really nice, so you can be certain when it's dry and there's no guessing, but don't be alarmed that it's pink like my husband was. So as I was putting this on, I let my fingers really drag across the surface to create some texture and lines. I thought this looked really cool and almost gave it the look of pottery that had actually been handmade. But if you're gonna do this, you can totally play around with the way you put it on. I just think that generally adding texture here is really key to the look that we want. So as you can see, this isn't a huge vase, but I did end up using most of this 8-ounce container of spackle for this. So just an FYI, if you're planning on doing this project with a larger vase, you might want to get a larger container. And I grabbed spackle because it's what I could find at my Lowe's, but I have seen this project done with joint compound as well. I'm not certain what the specific differences are, but I think they're similar enough for this project. So I let it sit overnight to dry completely, and here it is the next morning. You can see that it has a ton of that beautiful texture that we want. But it did have some clumps and spots that I wanted to sand off just so they wouldn't end up falling off either during painting or afterwards. So I took a 220 grit sandpaper and just very lightly sanded around the vase to get those off. And you can see there are a few small spots where the glass is still visible, so I could have been a little bit more diligent in putting the spackle on, but I'm honestly pretty impatient with projects, and I don't think that that's really a huge issue as long as the vast majority of the vase is covered and has that texture. So then it was ready for paint, which is how we're really going to give it that great aged look. I got some chalk paint from Michael's in the colors French Linen and Java. When I first opened the French Linen, it looked a little bit more gray than I was expecting until I realized that I needed to mix it up. I just poured some paint out on a leftover Valentine's Day paper plate and used some chopsticks to mix up the paint. I did the same with the Java colored paint. It looked pretty black at first, so I went ahead and mixed it up. It was kind of chunky at the bottom, which is why I kept lifting the chopstick out of the container. I thought it was a little weird, but after mixing it up, it did turn into this dark brown kind of color, which is what I was looking for. I also had this cute little cup of water. I've seen some people do this project with water to kind of dilute the paint down a bit, but I personally liked just using the paint alone, but I am glad that I tried out using the water, so definitely play around with it if you end up doing this project. So once I was all set up with the paint, I just took a paper towel and dabbed it onto the paint and then onto the vase. I tried to use a combination of both colors and then mixing the colors together a little bit. I loved the putty-like color that the French Linen paint has, and the darker one almost kind of looks like dirt and really gives it that aged look that I was going for. I also didn't want to cover the white entirely. I thought it gave it more of a layered look with the paint, and I just liked the way that that looked. I was really surprised at how easy it was to blend the paint out on this and make it look really natural. I would say this is a very beginner-friendly DIY project. And this part also didn't take very long at all. It probably only took me about 10 to 15 minutes to paint this. So here she is once I finished painting. I think all of the texture looks so cool and it does really look like an aged piece. I let it dry overnight and the next morning I decided that I wanted it to look a little bit lighter. So I went back and put another coat of the French linen paint all around the vase. I think that the additional paint kind of gives it more of a layered look, which definitely lends to the aged look of it. And I think that's what's really cool about this project is it's so customizable. You can use whatever colors you want and make it look as dark or as light as you like, and if you make it one way and then change your mind, you can always go back and add different paint. Here it is right after I painted it again, and then here it is once it's dry. I think it looks so cool and definitely like an aged vase. You can see all of the texture we added and the paint that really gives it that aged layered look. I also gave it a coat of this sealer once the paint was dry, and then she was all finished. I am so happy with the final product. I think it looks so cool and beautiful. I just styled it by putting it on top of a stack of books on this little repurposed black table. I put some faux greener in here just to show you what it would look like, and I think if you're careful not to get too much water on the outside of it, since it is still a glass vase on the inside, you could put real flowers in here too. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and found it helpful. I would love to hear if you have DIY'd your own like aged vessel. Let me know what you thought in a comment down below. And again, if you did like watching this video and you thought it was helpful, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button below to like the video and also subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss future videos just like this one. I hope to see you guys next time.